For more on that, we're joined by Imran Shah, CEO of the Muslim Public Affairs Committee in the UK. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Now, why would a teacher do such a thing? Don't they already know that this may have severe consequences for them? Why would they want to hurt the feelings of Muslims, at least those living in Britain?
So what you have is really over the last 20 years, this cover of free speech has been used to use anti-Arab and anti-Muslim stereotypes to essentially really focus on the Prophet, peace be upon him. And this has become so normalized here in the West, more so in France than in the UK. But it's starting to be more normal here, that the idea that you can put up a Charlie Hebdo cartoon of all things, an overtly racist cartoon, and then discuss about whether this is blasphemous and then whether it's okay or not, and it's just focused around religion. This is really a debate around whether Islamophobia is justified here in the UK. Really, if you talk about it, even on a political level, we have a very overtly racist and Islamophobic government, and that trickles down. It trickles down to the institutions. It trickles down into the media. And when a teacher says this in class, whatever their political leanings may be, they know that they're going to essentially get cover from society, from media. And that's exactly what happened. You had mainstream media platforms such as The Telegraph really calling the protesters who are protesting against the racism and the Islamophobia of those cartoons, painting them as extremist and violent when there was no violence or of any kind described at the scene.
So do you believe that the type of reaction that this teacher has provoked actually in the UK would once again encourage some other teachers somewhere else in the UK to do the same thing?
But this is the concern. I mean, we have to be really clear in terms of our messaging. This isn't just simply about our feelings. What we're talking about is cartoons and materials such as this that lead to violence upon Muslims on the street, leads to state-sanctioned Islamophobic policies, and even enabling and justifying genocide, as well as destroying the confidence of Muslims to politically resist that violence. So you're dealing with something that is not about free speech or blasphemy. We're dealing about something that is open hate speech and something that essentially is being used globally to justify the crackdown upon Muslims. And so it seems really bizarre on one hand that we as Muslims don't have that messaging, but at the same time, if we're not able to get across that messaging when it's need to, then you do allow room for Islamophobes and for others who see this as just a religious debate about criticizing religion. And so we have to make sure that we are clear in our messaging. This is not just simply about our feelings. It's not about our feelings being hurt. It's about material that can lead to violence upon us as Muslims overall across the globe. And so in the absence of that clear narrative, yes, there is a concern that not just teachers, but also other public servants, politicians, as well as journalists, will increasingly feel that this type of behavior is justified.